On Crimewatch tonight, police track down a serial HDB housebreaker in Punggol. And how two public-spirited citizens nabbed the Bedok molester.
Hi, welcome to Crimewatch. I'm ASP Jessica Ang. The number of housebreaking reports fell by 25% in the first half of this year. Although this is a positive sign, it's found that there are still many households not investing in effective security measures. Nearly all cases of break-ins are crimes of opportunity. This means criminals are always on the lookout for homes that are not properly secured. Our first story highlights how having grille doors alone is not enough to prevent your home from being broken into.
In September 2009, the first of a series of daylight housebreaking took place in the Punggol area. Besides making sure no one was home, the burglar would also be looking out for doors without padlocks. As the gate had no padlock and was not properly secured, the burglar merely pushed the gate and pried the main door open.
Hello, police. Somebody broke into my house and the door was forced open.
Investigating officers Surendran and Shawal from the Property Offender Squad were tasked with the case. An initial visual inspection revealed much to the two experienced officers.
Can I just check with you, what are the items that went missing?
My jewelry.
The burglar stole over $11,500 worth of jewelry in all.
Let me check with you. Did you padlock your gate?
My gate? My gate is so nice. If I put the padlock clip on the gate, definitely look ugly.
Okay, let me advise you. This kind of gate can easily be opened without a padlock. So I would advise you to use a strong padlock to enhance the security of your house. Right? Thank you.
Forensics dusted for prints, but found none.
Anything?
From the markings, it looks like the culprit may have used a big, strong screwdriver.
Okay, so what about the forensics?
Thus far, no prints.
Anything?
From their experience, the IOs knew that this type of housebreaking was likely to continue. And so the police, with the help of citizens on patrol, immediately sent out advisory notices to residents. One piece of advice to residents was for them to install padlocks on their front gates and doors.
Yes, yeah, so housebreaking case, it's very good that you have a shackle lock over here. If you see any such behavior, please do give us a call.
Okay, sure.
Thank you.
The police were not wrong. In the months that followed, more break-ins occurred in Punggol. The targets were the same: HDB flats with poorly secured gates or weak padlocks.
So far, there has been 19 cases of break-ins at this Punggol estate. Okay, the MO used is to gain access by the suspect is he chooses the gates without the padlock. Okay, from the tampering marks that has been found, on the door, it is believed that a screwdriver is used to gain access into the unit.
In cases of this nature, police would normally set up ambushes at likely targets.
It's difficult to do ambush at these locations here because of the layout of the location. We will be installing CCTVs at certain locations that has been pre-identified, and those uncovered locations, ambush team will be covering it. So far, do you all have any questions?
No, sir.
The police had more than 20 CCTVs installed at selected blocks at Punggol.
Good. You'll get him.
Good. Let's move to the next block.
On the 2nd of March 2010, another HDB flat was broken into. It had all the hallmarks of the serial housebreaker.
What time you left your home?
Yeah, I left about this morning 9 plus,
Okay. And what time did you return back home?
about 4 plus.
Okay. Did you lock your gate?
I'm very sure that I locked the gate.
What about padlock? Did you padlock your gate?
No, I don't use padlock.
You don't use padlock at all?
Yeah.
It's better for you to padlock your gate. Get yourself a padlock and lock your gate. It's for security reasons.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Serene,
Yeah.
we actually have a CCTV installed at this block.
Good. Okay.
Tell you what, I'll call the technician,
Yeah.
see whether they can get the footage downloaded by today.
The installation of CCTV cameras was about to pay off. After the break, watch how the serial housebreaker is caught by the police. The police spent several hours examining footage from the CCTV. They started by eliminating residents and other passengers with obvious legitimate reasons for using the lift.
Shama, look at this guy. Look at him.
Yeah.
What is he carrying in his hand?
Seems something very long but thin. Let's see where he exits. 17th floor. That's where the unit was broken into, right?
Yes, that's right, precisely.
Okay, let's see whether he comes back.
The suspect in question was a middle-aged Chinese man who made no attempt to hide himself. But he didn't look like a resident, nor did he look like he had a reason for being there.
Comes back about 10 minutes later. What do you think?
I think he may be the guy that we are looking for. Okay, this is the subject that is believed to be involved in the spate of break-ins in Punggol Estate. Okay, these are the handouts. Just go through his photograph. Okay, apart from this footage, there is similarly another footage that has been recovered. This subject to be entering the lift. That is why we strongly believe that he is the subject that we're looking for. Analysts have assisted to identify a few locations where we'll be conducting ambush later.
Based on police analysis of the case, they knew the culprit would surely be cruising the same neighborhood for possible targets. Several locations for ambush were identified. One of them was the food court in the area.
Sir, we are in position.
From experience, the police knew a serial housebreaker would potentially be daring enough to take breaks in between jobs. And they were right.
Abba, so sorry. Target 3 tables away from us. Attire in yellow colour t-shirt and blue colour jeans. Standing by.
As the suspect was in a public place, the police decided to wait.
Nick, target leaving. Tag on him.
Roger.
Police tailed the suspect to a secluded spot.
Sir, police. What are you doing here?
Looking for a friend.
Where does your friend stay?
Somewhere.
Do you have any identifications on you? So how did you come here? Sir, how did you come here?
Stern, you come in and out of Singapore quite often.
Yes.
Empty your pockets. I want to see what is inside the pocket. What about the other side? You drive? You drive into Singapore, Mr. Ng? Can I know where did you park your car?
Ng refused to tell the police where he'd parked his car.
Mr. Ng, where did you park your car? Place him under arrest.
Ng was subsequently arrested, and using his car remote, the police proceeded to search the area for his vehicle.
This is the car. Sir, we have found the car, block 171 at the loading and unloading bay.
Inside Ng's car, police found a crowbar and a 12-inch screwdriver. Also found were a laptop, mobile phone, cash, and some jewelry.
Mr. Ng, do all these things belong to you?
No.
Where did you get them from?
I stole them this morning.
The items were from a break-in he had just committed and which had yet to be reported.
Okay, Mr.
Ng later confessed to all the houses he had broken into. He even brought police to the various locations and spelt out in exact detail his crimes.
That one.
Ng admitted to having broken into a total of 18 houses, 15 in Punggol and 3 in Choa Chu Kang.
Why did you choose this kind of units?
Because they don't use padlock.
So if they don't use padlock, then?
It's easier to open the gate.
What did you do with all the items that you stole?
I sold them all in JB.
Lee K. Lam, also known as Ng K. Lam, was sentenced to 5 years imprisonment for 18 counts of housebreaking and theft. In the first half of the year, police arrested 17 serial housebreakers who were responsible for over 200 cases of housebreaking. You can prevent your unit from becoming the next target by adopting the following measures. Secure your premises with strong metal grills. A beautiful design may not necessarily be a secure design. A grill door alone is also not enough. Use good quality locks such as an alarm padlock. Perform checks to systematically ensure that all doors and windows are locked before leaving home. Insert a pole or bar on your window sliding track. This way, anyone trying to force open the sliding window from outside will not be able to do so. Refrain from keeping valuables in large amounts of cash at home and seek assistance from neighbours to keep a lookout for a unit when you're not around. If you are going to be away for a prolonged period, suspend newspaper distribution and arrange for a trusted person such as a relative to clear your mailbox and check on your unit. Finally, we would like to urge house owners to install security alarms with motion detection sensors. These alarms should be monitored by service providers. This is because upon activation, any movement within the premises could then be detected immediately. Up next, public-spirited young man and a serial molester. In the following story, a total of 8 girls fell prey to a serial molester. In most cases, the suspect carried out the act on his bicycle.
At about 9:45 p.m. on the 19th of November, the molester found his first victim, a 27-year-old Vietnamese national.
Tự nhiên cái ông này lại gần ghê. Không có gì.
Less than 15 minutes later, he had his second victim in sight.
Hey! Hello? Police?
Police arrived at the scene and managed to get a good description from the second victim.
Did you manage to see how he looked like?
He was wearing a black shirt and was riding a black and yellow bicycle.
Golf 7 Romeo 1 to golf, over.
7 Romeo 1 send over.
Stand by for a lookout message.
Send over.
The description, one subject wearing black, riding a black and yellow bicycle. Roger so far?
The police stepped up anti-crime rounds at the vicinity. Together with the citizens on patrol, they also put up crime prevention advisories on the notice boards, warning residents to be wary of the serial molester. However, this did not deter the culprit, who went on to molest 5 more women in the area. It was New Year's Eve. 27-year-old Karen Lim was moving house. She watched over her belongings while her 2 friends, Jackson and Choto, helped her move.
See that guy over there?
The guy in yellow shirt.
He's been lodging around for some time, you know.
You still have few boxes upstairs. Call us if you need help, okay?
When Jackson and Choto went up to collect the rest of Karen's things, the man made his move.
Excuse me, miss. What's the time now?
9 o'clock.
Thank you.
He went there.
Call the police.
Jackson and Choto gave chase in the general direction that Karen had pointed out. Fortunately, both of them had noticed him earlier, and after a while, spotted him.
Hey, did you molest my friend just now?
What are you talking about? I just came down from upstairs.
You wait. I'll call my
The
friend
suspect panicked and tried to run off, but the 2 men managed to subdue him and held on to him till the police arrived. Police arrived soon after and arrested the suspect, 20-year-old Go Kok Un. To confirm if the suspect was the same one who had molested the other victims, an identification parade was held.
Number 8. Yes, that's him.
It's him.
All the victims clearly identified him to be the same one who had outraged their modesty. For having committed the offense of outrage of modesty, Go Kok Un was subsequently sentenced to 12 months imprisonment and 9 strokes of the cane. As for the 2 young men who helped detain the serial molester, they were both commended by the police for their public spiritedness. Their effort in apprehending the culprit put to end the fears of the residents of Bedok.
When we were chasing after him, we just want to catch him and bring him to justice. We ran after the molester because we feel it's a very natural thing to do and any other guy would have done it.
We also want to nab him down so that there not be no other victim for him to prey. I think anyone nearby the incident area will be doing the same thing as us. That's why Singapore has a low crime rate.
There are several things you can do to avoid becoming a victim of outrage of modesty. Always be alert and attentive to your surroundings. If you suspect that you are being followed, remain calm and proceed to the nearest open business premises, crowded areas, or call the police to seek help. Avoid taking shortcuts through dimly lit, quiet, and secluded places. When coming home late at night, ask a family member to wait at the bus stop, car park, or lift landing to escort you home. If you are a victim of a molest, report this to the police immediately. Provide them with as much detail and description of the suspect as possible. Some victims may not feel comfortable or find it too troublesome reporting to the police. However, this may only serve to allow the culprit more time and boldness to continue their crime. Should you witness a crime in progress, remain calm. Take note of the description of the culprit, for example, his appearance, clothing, height, and other physical details, as well as the direction of escape. Call the police as soon as it is safe to do so. If the situation warrants a direct confrontation with the culprit, take the necessary precautions to ensure your safety is not being compromised.
Besides adults, children are also vulnerable and are potential targets of criminals. Police would like to advise parents to ensure that their young children are not alone but accompanied at all times. Remind them to be alert and attentive to the surroundings, and never follow a stranger anywhere. If they suspect that they are being followed, advise them to remain calm and proceed to the nearest crowded area or call the police to seek help. Do not enter a lift with a stranger. Let a stranger take the lift and wait for the next one. If they are alone in the lift, stand near to the lift buttons. Press door open and leave immediately if a stranger rushes in as the door is closing. Have a child carry a shrill alarm so that they can call for help in times of emergencies. We have come to the end of Crimewatch. If you have any feedback or query, do drop us an email. This is ASP Jessica Ang.